Well, hello and welcome to a very special edition of On Deck with Avoya, your weekly travel update. Normally we are live, but we're actually taping this ahead of time. We're at the ASTA Global Convention at the Hyatt Regency in downtown Chicago for a couple of days of the ASTA Global Convention. But before the ASTA Global Convention actually kicked off, they had what's called the PATH program. And joining me right now is our Vice President from Avoya Travel, Skip Fortier, who is the Vice President of Network Expansion. And Skip is actually part of the PATH program and has been in Chicago since last Friday. Skip, thanks so much for your time, and tell us a little bit about what the PATH program is.
Well, thanks, Chris. Great to be here. So PATH is the Professional Association of Travel Hosts. So all the host agencies, franchise models, we get together once a year to collaborate, to talk about what's happening in the industry, and especially the challenges we've had this past year and a half with COVID. So it's been a great two-day event. We've been able to talk about how can we really help the travel advisors restart their business and get going again. So we're very excited and we're pumped up. And now we're at this great ASTA Global Convention, and Chris is going to bring some more special guests in.
Skip, why do you think it's so important that people participate in programs like ASTA as travel advisors?
Oh, definitely. I think number one, what ASTA does for the travel industry. So they are your legislative branch. They really go out and lobby for the industry. They lobby for bills that help the travel advisors. So if you're not a member of ASTA, you really need to think to becoming a member, because it is an amazing organization and they need your support.
Skip, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate you being on today.
Thanks.
So we're going to wander over here and say hi to a couple of our other friends here at the trade show, and we're going to catch up with our longtime industry friend Cheryl Hudak, who is representing the Cayman Islands in their Department of Tourism. Cheryl, thanks so much for being a guest on Deck with Avoya.
Well, thank you for having me. I certainly appreciate it.
So tell us a little bit about what's happening with the Cayman Islands these days. Of course, COVID's just been wreaking havoc with everybody in the Caribbean. You guys are no exception, right?
Well, we've kept a tight control over it, let's put it that way. We've still closed for tourism. We closed March 20th of last year. We hope to open in either mid-October for those fully vaccinated adults, or mid-November for fully vaccinated adults, and of course children under 12 we understand won't be vaccinated. But that's all based on a couple things. Number one, they're watching the Delta variant very carefully, hoping that that doesn't get out of control. But the second thing is they want 80% of the people on island to be vaccinated. We're currently at 72%, so we're pretty close to meeting that goal. So hopefully, maybe not by November, but hopefully by the end of the year we'll be open and ready to greet people. We're pretty much COVID-free on the island. No one wears a mask because everyone has to quarantine to come onto the island. So it's a great experience, and that's what they want to open it up for tourism when we finally do reopen.
And pre-COVID, and I would certainly assume post-COVID, the Cayman Islands, just an amazing place to visit. So many special things, wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely so. You know, you're going to Grand Cayman, a lot more cosmopolitan. You've got Stingray City, 7 Mile Beach, so many just beautiful different beaches to see. But then you can go to our two sister islands. So if you want to look at Cayman Brac, a little bit more adventuresome, you've got hiking and bicycling, you've got some of our wildlife that you can find, the iguanas, and then you can go over to Little Cayman, which is pretty much R&R, very peaceful, very quiet for those that just want to relax. So you kind of have something for everyone.
It is definitely the best of both worlds and some of the whitest sand and bluest water I've ever seen.
Well, and that's another thing we're known for is our diving and snorkeling. So we have 365 dive sites to offer, 100-foot visibility. So if you have a true dive client who loves that water and wants to see amazing visibility, we've got up to 100 feet.
Cheryl Hudak joining us on Deck with Avoya, representing the Cayman Islands. Cheryl, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to be here.
So we're going to continue to wander down the aisle here and catch up with a few more friends here from at the ASTA Global Convention at the trade show. Again, we're taping this on Tuesday. We still have a day of the trade show yet, but we're going to catch up right now with our old friend Tina White from Oceania Cruises, who's kind enough to join us. And Tina, first off, it's so nice to see you. It's so nice to be back at these kind of events. Wouldn't you agree?
Hi, Chris. Oh my goodness, it's wonderful to be face to face instead of Zoom. And so hello, all of our Avoya partners out there and our future Avoya partners. It's been a great show so far, and really looking forward to what the future is bringing in our industry.
Speaking of the future, there's some really exciting things that actually, as we broadcast this today on Wednesday, that are happening with Oceania today, right?
Well, actually, this week, yes. You know, we're right on the verge of launching our newest ship, Vista. She opens for sale on September 15th. So tomorrow, which is Wednesday, we're going to be hosting Introducing Vista. It's an Oceania Insider event. It's a virtual event, but if you don't join us tomorrow and you miss it, rest assured we are going to have it on demand at Oceania Cruises University. And this is being hosted globally by our executive team. And so you'll be able to see everything new about Vista, from her suites, the beautiful all-veranda accommodations, 12 different dining venues. She really promises to be an exquisite vessel and brand new. This is the first of the Allura class vessels to be launched.
How exciting.
Yeah, we're so excited about the Vista. And not only that, but it's interesting, we have been busier. We are further booked than we have ever been in the history of our company. So people are planning not only 22, but 2023. We're about to launch our summer 23 season come October 6th. So, for those of you that are saying, oh, the inventory is getting tight, know that we're going to have those Vista itineraries coming September 15th, and we're going to have the 2023 summer season coming out on October 6th. So make sure you're getting your clients to plan further out, because space is at a premium right now. People, think about it. They've been cooped up in their homes for over, a year. And so now they're able to start planning their next trips, and they're planning big trips. They're making up for lost time.
I think all travel agents, when they're looking at getting into our industry, dream about being able to sell an amazing brand like Oceania and having clients that want to sail with that kind of luxury brand. What makes Oceania so special, both from a client and a travel agent perspective?
Well, that's an interesting question, Chris. I think the onboard experience is all about the Oceania family, and that permeates the company's culture. So in a way, if you're one of our independent advisors working with us through Avoya, you have that sense of working with your Oceania family, be it our sales team and all the support that we provide you along the way. And our customers say the same. They get on board the ships, and through this entire pandemic, we've been communicating with our past guests through our cruise directors, our online series. They play team trivia with us every Thursday. They want to stay connected with that Oceania family, and that's what makes the difference. Yes, we've got beautiful hardware. We've got amazing port-intensive itineraries. We've got the best culinary experience at sea, bar none. But what brings people back over and over again is the team on board. That sense of belonging.
You had alluded to the fact that you guys have been really busy, that some of your more recent things that have been released have sold incredibly well, and of course we're really proud of our partnership from Avoya Travel and our relationship with Oceania. So many of our independent affiliates have made sales during your recent events.
Yes.
Would you say that boils down to how important relationships are in our industry, Sharon? This is
an industry of relationships, right? And we are so proud that Avoya has been with us since the very, very beginning. So we thank you for coming on board since we started, and you've continued through this pandemic, through all these years to support the brand. And you've had great success, and I think being proactive and your advisors that are out there keeping in touch with their clients through this, even if that client isn't ready to sail tomorrow, not everybody is, keeping those relationships and staying in touch is more important now than it's ever been. And I think if you stay in front of your customer, you communicate, you care, you talk about what are their future dreams, what are they planning for, even if it's not for a year or 2 years from now. The key is to just stay in front and keep those relationships. When they're ready to travel, they're going to remember you, and they're going to book through Avoya. And of course, my goodness, being our, one of our top partners in North America, you have all the benefits at your fingertips. You've got amenities on multiple departures where we offer free prepaid gratuities. You've got access to these amenity programs. So make sure you're going onto your Avoya sites and know what you have available. And got to do one little plug, because I'm now responsible for Oceania Cruises University. If you haven't done the program, become an expert, take the program. Even if you've done it, we've added a lot of new curriculum for you this year. So if you want to learn how to become an affinity group specialist or how to sell our curated travel experiences, that's really the place to go.
Some of the people that will be tuning into our On Deck with Avoya, Tina, are people that are thinking of getting into the travel industry and becoming travel advisors. Based on what you know and what you saw pre-COVID, what we've gone through and what we're looking at for the future, would you say now is a good time to consider the travel industry as a career?
Oh my gosh, I am so just pleased to see all the new people and young people and people from different walks of life. You know, COVID has made people kind of reanalyze, you know, what am I doing with my life, and am I in a career that I'm happy? And this is a happy career, right? We're selling dreams, and a lot of people at this conference this week I'm talking to going, well, I'm new to this industry, but I finally decided to do something that resonated with me and I was passionate about. So yeah, I really think it is a good time. My goodness, if we've gotten through the pandemic, we've come out, I think, stronger than ever, and people have so much pent-up demand. Our least worry is consumer demand. It is there. People are going to travel. They're going to make it a priority more than ever post-pandemic. So yes, and I think, gosh, coupled with the technology that Avoya offers and the expertise, I think it's an excellent time to come into this amazing industry that we're all in.
I just want to say how much we at Avoya Travel love our friends at Oceania. Tina White, thank you so much for your time
Thanks.
today.
We really appreciate your partnership as well. Thank you.
So again, we're taping a very special edition of On Deck with Avoya, your weekly travel update here at the trade show floor of the ASTA Global Convention in Chicago, Illinois. It's going to be a little bit of an abbreviated version today. We certainly thank you so much for your time. We'll be back next week when we actually preview another trade show that's coming up. We're going to have another Meet the Industry segment as we preview our show in Las Vegas at the end of September. So a big thank you to Skip Fortier, big thank you to Cheryl Hudak from the Cayman Islands, from Tina White from Oceania, and a big thank you to Marissa Smith, who of course produces our segment in the background. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great week, everyone.